Hey YouTube, Cecelialane here. Hi. So, I had my surgery, my revision surgery on Thursday, and today is now Sunday. So it's been 4 days. The first day wasn't that bad. That night though, and the second day, that was rough. I had a lot of pain, a lot of spasms from I guess the gas pain. My muscles kept spasming, and that was really uncomfortable. I mean, to the point of where night before last I broke out in tears. It just hurt so bad, and I couldn't get it to stop. But they were able to medicate me and eventually, get it to go away. But that was rough. That was really rough. I am now drinking my juice. I'm supposed to be drinking juice, water, and tea. And then, the soups. Just the base soups, the liquid ones. And it's been going well. I'm really surprised how well it's been going because I can tell nothing was done to my stomach. So I'm not having any of the aftermath type things that normally happen when you have the VSG, where, you have all that tightening in your esophagus because of them, cutting your stomach, and you get all this inflammation around your esophagus. So it's difficult to swallow things. And then, of course, when they cut your stomach, you get that stomach ache, plus you lose your, what's that, ghrelin or whatever, ghrelin, that does appetite. None of that has happened to me, and yet I'm not struggling. I would think that I would be, and I have been hungry, but I've been okay with just doing liquids, and I've been drinking small sips, just like I would do if I had my stomach, modified, revised. But I don't have any of the pain or discomfort normally associated with after VSG, or any of the issues that arise. So as far as that goes, I'm like where I was before I had the surgery. It's just the intestines that we're taking care of. And I'm saying that because I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around the fact that I haven't eaten anything since Tuesday of last week, of this past week, and now I'm fine. Like, I'm still fine not eating anything. I don't know if I just got starved so much that now I'm not hungry, because I've had to sit and watch my husband eat like steak nachos and homemade pizzas or brick oven pizzas, and yeah. But the weird thing is, even though it looks really good to my eyes, I have not been feeling like, oh, I have to have it, or I'm hungry for it, or I really want it. I've been like fine. When he ate the pizza, I drank water that whole time at dinner. I did, though, so that I wouldn't look weird, took one of the pieces of pizza and cut it up on my plate, and also had my husband put his crust on my plate, so it appeared as though I had actually eaten some pizza. Because it was uncomfortable. It was weird. Like, I wasn't eating anything because they didn't have any soup. So all I had was water. And I didn't want them looking at me crazy because, I'm not eating anything. Because that always brings a lot of weird questions. I remember that. And that was kind of irritating. So I just wanted to avoid any conversation about it. A little bit out of it from, I'm not on any narcotics, but I am on some medication that has tramadol in it, which is good, pain medication, and I don't know, medication for, kind of reminds me of Malox or something, I guess, for indigestion, for my intestines. And then I think another medication for nausea or something like that. And overall, they make me feel a little sleepy, a little groggy. Although I'm not positive that's the medication, because when we got to San Diego yesterday, we walked, must have been like 6-7 miles. I mean, straight. It was crazy. And by the time evening came and we were walking back to our Airbnb, look at the great view I have. Our Airbnb. I think that's really cool. We used Airbnb. But anyways, I digress. So when we were walking home, I just felt so sleepy. It wasn't like my body physically hurt, and my body didn't feel tired. It felt just sleepy, like really sleepy. And so my husband ended up getting a cab, and we took the cab the rest of the way back so we wouldn't have to walk. What else has been going on? I guess I'll do like just a quick run through of what happened with me. I went into the hospital on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. I was in surgery by 1 p.m. or 12:30, something around there. And my surgery was about an hour and a half. And then I was in recovery for about an hour and a half. And I had very little pain and discomfort at that time, other than my drain area. That night, I did have some discomfort. It was on a high level of discomfort, but I still wouldn't call it like pain. Well, I mean, it was pain, but it was very uncomfortable, more uncomfortable type pain. And so I did struggle with that. But by the morning, I felt better, much better. And I did not sleep well at all in the hospital. Every night, I would wake up a bunch of times, and I was usually up by 4 a.m. every morning. It's just, I don't know what it was, but it was just uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable physically, like at night. It was very difficult. Seemed like that was the time where everything hurt the most. I guess because you're laying there with your eyes closed, you have nothing else to think about except the pain. But so that next day, my second day that I got to start ice chips, that was awesome. So happy about that. Man, it was so good. And I was taking my Mio and making myself little icy crushes or whatever. It was so yummy. And I was pretty good during the day, but then when evening started to fall again, the pain started. It was like late afternoon, early evening, and by the time I went to bed, I was like miserable, and I woke up once crying, and oh my gosh, it was really it was like painfully, excruciatingly, painfully uncomfortable. But each time it happened, like the nurse came and took care of me and medicated me and whatnot. And they were great about that, which was a huge relief, because I could not have stood, staying in that state. That was even the few minutes, it took for them to get the medication and put it in my IV and give me my shot and all that stuff was like way too long. It felt like forever while I was in pain. So that was a huge relief that it got taken care of so quickly, because I think I would have lost my mind. It was that kind of thing. Then day 3, I did my swallow test, and that was fantastic. Like I said, I have no problem swallowing because they didn't touch anything up here, which is still blowing my mind. And so, of course, I had no problems with that. I recorded that too. I'm going to end up posting that in my series that I've been working on. But I did this swallow test and I watched it. I looked at my sleeve while it went down through my sleeve. My sleeve was a good size. And then I watched it go through the intestines, and my intestines were a good size and there were no leaks or anything. So after that, I started drinking hot tea and apple juice, in addition to being able to drink water. So that was a huge, awesome transition for me. Also, I got my IV out, which was amazing. And I got later on that afternoon, I got my drain out. Gosh, that was the worst feeling ever, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my gosh. And I recorded it, so you guys are gonna see it in my mini series about the weight loss process. So you will be able to see all of this stuff. I recorded everything, all the good, bad, ugly, crazy, cuckoo, everything. So you will get to see that. But I gotta say, that was so uncomfortable. I didn't have a drain last time when I had my VSG, but I did have one. So this was my first time having a drain, and I had no idea what to expect, and it was uncomfortable, really uncomfortable at times, even painful at times with the drain in. Taking it out was way worse, and I could feel like the air moving around a whole bunch while he was pulling it out. It felt like my insides were gonna come out with the drain, and it was just yeah. But we know I'm a ninny for pain and discomfort, so of course, I got all freaked out. It probably wasn't that bad, but it felt that bad to me. And then we went to TGI Fridays while we waited for our driver to come pick us up that Dr. Freya had arranged for us. And I had the base of their onion soup. So just the onion soup, it was apparently in a beef broth base, and they just gave me the broth. None of the onions, none of the crouton or cheese or any of that stuff, and it was so good. And I've eaten that. Took me 4 meals to finish that. I just had the last of it this morning for breakfast, and that was really, really delicious. Man, the flavor was just amazing, and it smelled amazing. I wouldn't mind getting that again. It was really good. And then we came back, and the driver brought us on over across the border to San Diego, and we checked in with our Airbnb, and then we did our 6-7 miles through the Gaslamp Quarter and Little Italy, and it was so cool. It was really neat. I really enjoyed myself, and we kept a really slow pace. I didn't rush, so I wouldn't be physically hurting, and that seemed to work out perfectly because I wasn't hurting. Just like I said, in the end, I just felt really sleepy, really tired. And I'm still a little sleepy now. And then that's it. We came back, took a nap, or I took a nap while my husband shaved and everything, and then he woke me up and we went out so he could eat that pizza It looked amazing. Oh my gosh. And then we came back and I went right back to sleep, and I slept so well. So well. No pain, no discomfort. The bed is like one of those foam mattress ones, the memory foams. Yeah, I was in heaven. Like, I was like, oh. It was wonderful. It was so wonderfully delicious. And I haven't slept that well probably since I was at home. So that was a huge deal to me, and really made a difference on how I feel this morning and everything. So I'm feeling great. Honestly, today, other than, the sutures, I feel like I didn't even have surgery, and all the air that's still moving around. Still lots of air moving around. My stomach is constantly like excuse me, and the burping and occasional tooting, both of which I could really do without. I find very embarrassing, but what can you do? But otherwise, I don't even feel like I had surgery anymore. I mean, I can do everything that I did. I feel comfortable. I'm not in any pain anymore. I guess the air has really moved down a lot, or calmed down a lot, and so it's not causing me any of that serious, sharp, spasming pain anymore. I just feel really good. Really good. And I am so grateful to Dr. Freya and Dr. Ponce for doing such an amazing job with the procedure, so that I could come out this other side like nothing had happened. Nothing at all. Yeah. Still blowing my mind how easy it was. Yes, I had some pain and everything, but I remember what it was like post-op on my VSG, and that was way worse. Plus, the difficulties went on and on and on for a long time. I'm not having any difficulties this time. And the pain was only for like 2-3 days. So I know from past experience that I have fared very well. I had no nausea, not ever, not once. And all of my pain was really just about the drain and the gas pain. And, my muscles spasming because of the gas pain. So I feel amazing. I feel amazing. They did such a great job. And now I'm ready to rock on and live my life. I don't really have anything else to say. Just sitting out here enjoying the view, and wanted to touch base with you guys. Thank you all so much for all of your kind words and well wishes and prayers and all of that. Can't tell you how much it's meant to me. I've been really busy with working on the mini-series that I've been posting, plus trying to make sure I post on Instagram, and then working on, in the background, while I was at the hospital, I was still doing interviews even after my surgery and all of that. So either I was in pain, or I was doing interviews, or I was sleeping, or I was putting together the videos, or I was posting videos. So I haven't replied back to anybody on Instagram or on YouTube yet. And I feel badly about that, but now that things have calmed down some, I plan to get on there today and respond back to everybody's wonderful things they said. So I just wanted to tell you how much I appreciate that. You can see me on Instagram, cecelialane, and my website is WLSsuccesswithcecelialane.com. Alright? See you later, YouTube. All done. Yay!